Some things you're not invited to. But anyway, yeah, thank y'all for coming. Another thing I did say earlier, I said the main reason for me doing this is to get everybody together, and that is, but what I didn't mention is that the inspiration for that. And so, from the moment that I've met Stephanie, there's a couple things I've always really cherished about her, and her closeness to her family, her faith, and then just her mind. She's real smart, and I respect that about her. And so, whether I like it or not, she's always in my ear. Hey, when last time you talked to your mom? When you talk to your sister, call her, check on her. Because again, me, being the private person I am, and a lot of people in our family, no love lost. We just kind of stay to ourselves and stay in our corner. That's just kind of how we are by nature. But she's always reminding me, check on those people, call them, go see them. And so I can appreciate that about her, and that's something I've always appreciated about her. And so the other thing, I talked about the house we did, the project we did, and that was a big deal because it was our first one that we kind of just dove into, and we had some conversations before about, hey, we're gonna do one, but let's do something on a small level. And then me being the ambitious person that I am, and I can do anything that I say I can do, we found the worst house that you can possibly find, and then we attacked it. And I have to give kudos to her because she really jumped on the bandwagon, no questions asked, and allowed me to be the leader of the project, and sometimes bite her tongue, kind of hold back. And we got through it, and it was a success, and we've had some conversations about it. But I hadn't had a chance, we split our profits, you do that as soon as the check cleared. We did all of that, but what I really didn't get a chance to tell her, and I don't do this enough, of telling her these things or letting people know publicly that I appreciate her for allowing me to take the lead and trusting me on it. And that's a project you may say, oh, that's not such a big deal, but the bigger picture is that's kind of become a reflection of our relationship. It wasn't always like that. When we first started dating, we both were smart, strong-minded, and we wanted to do things our way. But she has, I have to give her credit, has done a little more compromising than I have in allowing me to take the lead, not only in projects, but in our relationship too. So I really appreciate that about her. So again, I wanted to take a moment to share that with y'all about her, because I don't do that enough to her even, and that was important. And another thing I'll say is, and I'll be done, but another thing I'll say is when we first started dating, after 2 weeks of just dating, just knowing her, talking to her, I knew she would be my girlfriend. After 2 weeks. After 2 months, I knew, man, I can see myself with her. And whenever you start envisioning yourself with other people or being a part of their family, you start thinking about those things. And so for me, and my homeboys probably can tell you this, I've said it one too many times, me being a big football fan I am, probably the most intrigued by, I used to always tell my homeboy, man, my mama and her sisters, they know sports. Like, they sit there watching with you. They know the game. And I've always appreciated that. But, coming from the family that she's come from, I've appreciated that. Being successful and grounded in what they do, that's meant a lot to me. Brother-in-law Corey, when I got a chance to meet him, that was even more icing on the cake. I was like, okay, I can really probably be a part of this family. This dude reminded me of my homeboys. We sit around and debate and talk noise, and I appreciate her sisters. They're cool, and her mom, being the cool mom that she is, I can really appreciate that. Another thing I'll share is that I've never told Stephanie this, but so some of y'all know last year when my father passed, the day he passed, I texted my boys like we always do. And I kind of I told them I'm kind of selfish in my own way for him passing. Not only, the pain that they're going through, but I was like, man, I never got a chance to tell this guy I want to marry his daughter. And I remember Artie said the only thing you can really say at that moment, the only thing that, you can't argue with, he said, don't worry, he'll have the best seat in the house. And So I really appreciate those words, and they meant a lot. They were true. And so, as most things in my life, they're probably not on anybody else's time, but right on time for me and my schedule. And for me, when I do something, you know that it's genuine, and you know that I mean it. When it's coming from me, whether you can appreciate that or not. And so, anyway, I wanted to take this time to lift you up, tell you those things. I appreciate you. I love you. And whatever, the relationship, whatever phase, it's a battle. And I love to go to battle with her any time of day, and for the rest of my life. And so I want to ask you if you would marry me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The other part of that story is I've had her ring signed since that 2-month mark in our relationship. Not because it was gonna happen at that moment, but like I said, I knew this was for somebody, that I respected and I could be with. And so most of y'all know my line of business. I had my little ring size at the house. Oh yeah, that's why I use the size of high school kids. And what's your size? And I put it on it, and I've known that size since that day. And like I said, things happen when they're supposed to happen, and so I've been waiting for this day. So I'm proud of you.
Everybody was like, what are we getting together for? And I'm like, we're just, getting the families together. And I was like, okay. And you lied to me this morning.
I've been lying all week.
Ain't sure have, but I knew better.
She know everything. Even when I told her no. But I've been having to lie all week to cover up things. Because everybody, as you know, has an opinion. And been, snooping around and asking questions and all that good stuff.
Nah, you ain't on that.
I knew. He wouldn't tell me, but I knew.
She had an idea. Yeah, he had everybody lying.
It's the only time it's acceptable to lie, man. So appreciate y'all for coming.